Hey YouTube, Irish from the Duelist here, and here today we're going to do episode 2 of Helpful Hints. This one is about what to bring with you to a bigger event. Alright, behind me I've got some things that I normally take with me to bigger events. Alright, so first off, you're going to need a backpack to carry all your stuff in. I use a pretty bigger one because I tend to carry a lot of different stuff. So we'll go on with that. And then for security measures, you might want to invest in one of these. It's a little lock. It's like $2.50 at Walmart. You get them, and you can uh, lock your backpack by running the hook through both of your zippers, and then locking it that way the zippers can't get undone. So, like, if you're walking around, nobody can open it up your backpack without you knowing because they're locked. Alright, next up is deck boxes. I personally use this one because it has lots of room where I can do my main deck on one side, and then my extra, and then even dice in the other side. So you want to keep that, and then you can always bring extra dice if you need them. These dice are very useful in determining who goes first and uh, like keeping counters for like 6 Ams and stuff like that. Next up, we have playmats. Playmats are useful to play on. They keep your sleeves in better condition and your cards in better condition by not having to play them on the table, especially if there's been like some water or someone set a drink down. These will help protect your stuff. And then I keep my mats and mat tubes. They're about $7 or so a piece if you want to get mat tubes to protect your mat and keep it in better condition. Then we have calculators. Calculators are a really good way to keep a hold of your life points and determine, like, keep do all your modifications and stuff. I personally like this one. It's a TI-84 plus. Anything from the Texas Instruments scientific calculators, because you can do 8,000 and have it set to 4 decimal points, so that you can, if you're doing your life points, you can just be like -1,000. Or if you're doing your opponents, minus -0.1, which is 1,000 of them. And it keeps track, and you can go back and trace back any of the previous uh, damages, or like pluses or minuses to your life points in case you or your opponent disagree. And then we have pad of paper and pens. All right. Uh, Even though the TI-84 calculator and stuff will keep your life points and keep the like whatever time you take life points, it's always best to have a backup and write it down on here in case your batteries go out, or if you and your opponent disagree on your life points, and even though you show them on the calculator where it says, "Oh, you paid 2,000 for solemn warning," and they're still disagreeing. If you have it written down on paper, this verifies your story, and judges will go with paper over calculators any time of the day. And then you also need pins anyway to sign match slips and fill out deck lists or registration sheets. Alright. Mentioning deck lists, I actually print my deck list out and have it typed out so that it's easy to read, and I just leave the event blank and the date blank and just fill in that information as I need to. Anytime I change my deck, I retype, like I go and edit my PDF file. And since I use all foreign cards, almost, I also have printed translations of every card that is in my deck as well, so that in case someone doesn't believe me when I say, well, Inzektor Dragonfly does this, and they want proof, I can pull it out and show them in alphabetical order. Oh, Insector Dragonfly, right there. This is what it does. Alright. You'll also want to keep a hold of extra sleeves. I usually only carry one of these with me, but I have to stack them here at home because I get them for prizes from my locals. But you want at least one fresh pack of sleeves in case during your tournament that your sleeves get torn or looks like they're marked at all, or if they get damaged or anything like that. You always have an extra stack of sleeves to re-sleeve your deck really quick and not get game losses. I know you're going to laugh at this next item, but sometimes it's required at bigger events. This isn't usually what I use, but I use Axe mostly, but just this is what I had sitting around the room to grab and tell you. It's good to carry around some body spray, not even necessarily for yourself, but whenever you're in a room with a ton of people, you will get some really stanky people, not meaning any offense to anybody, but you will. And so it's good to just kind of spray your chest. That way you can smell the body spray yourself versus having to smell other people. Or if you're starting to sweat, because like since I'm a bigger guy, I kind of sweat some, so I'll keep this, and anytime I think I need it, I'll just start spraying. I'll spray myself down so that so now I'm not offending other players. If you also watch Kiko25, he just did a rant a couple weeks ago about having stinky players. All right. Then you'll also want to bring your trade book. I forewarn you that whenever you bring your, like, you want to go ahead and lock up your bag and preferably carry it, like, hang your bag on your chest. I know it looks kind of stupid, but it will save you a lot of money. Because if it's on your back and it doesn't have locks on it, or even if it does, sometimes they'll open up different pockets that don't have locks on them. And there are thieves at these events. Not everyone's a thief, but there will be enough there that it will be a problem for you. And you want to keep your stuff, so you want to keep your stuff safe. So whenever you're trading, always keep an eye on where your book is at. Never set it down unless you have their book Never set it down unless you have their book in your hand and your book's in theirs, and you can see your book at all times. Never take your eyes off your book.
Alright, since there isn't usually going to be a lunch break at these events, you need to think about bringing snacks with you, because a lot of the eateries around the location will be expensive as hell. And if not, you might not even have time to go get something to eat from them, or you might have to have someone go get food for you. So in between that time, you want to have snacks to kind of keep your energy up, keep you focused, and keep you hydrated. Alright, so I've got a selection of some of the stuff that we can bring with us that I've got suggestions for you. Alright, first off, you don't want to ever bring anything with you that will get crushed or melted. So, like things like the Chips Ahoy individual packages with Nutter Butters or mini Oreos, these are really good choices because there's something you can just grab a packet, eat really quick. So we'll go through that. And then also Cheez-Its are also a good choice because you won't get really greasy on anything like that. And then they didn't have the Twizzlers that I usually get, but I personally actually get Twizzlers. They have a 2-pound bag that you can get that has a resealable top for it so that you don't have to get one. But Twizzlers are really good because you can just grab a few if you need to eat something real quick, or if you're really hungry, eat more than that. And then you can also share them with other people really easy. Granola bars are also really good to bring with you. They come in multiple different varieties. And then we also have, these are pretty much the main snacks that you can bring. They're individually wrapped. Star Crunches and these, because you can just leave them in the package and kind of eat them from there. And even if they do get crushed up, they're easy to eat and they're not going to get melted really bad. These sometimes get a little bit melted, but you can eat them from the wrappers. You don't have to get any of it on your hands. Alright, and then to keep your energy up a lot, like I usually end up drinking at least one of these per event, probably, but usually only that, just to kind of keep myself refreshed. And then it is very important to keep yourself hydrated, so things like water or Gatorade You want to bring a couple of those because you can even refill them from the water fountain or the sink in the bathroom if you need to with just straight water. They're really good to drink versus you don't want to really drink hot because it'll dehydrate you as you're drinking it a little bit. So that's not a very good idea. So stick with like juices, Gatorade, Powerade, waters, flavored waters, that kind of stuff. All right. Oh, one last idea. Oh, what is it?
Alright, Phil, let's get back into this. I forgot a little bit about how we were going to do this. If you really want to make a profit at a YCS or a regional, since it really is really hard to get a couple across food, you come in with a 24-pack of something like that. That was hilarious. Let's read it. Of this. Because you know you're going to run into that one guy. He's just sitting there looking like he's dying.
Or water, since Paul kind of dehydrates you a little bit, but...
Fuck water. You just go... What fat guy wants water? They want some Dr. Pepper. That's how you do it right here. So you come up to the guy and you're like, hey dude, so what you want from that tour guide? And they're like, oh, I don't see anything in your book. And you bust down the Dr. Pepper and they're like, it's an even trade. Profit. That's how you go about this business. You come in with any kind of snack food, any kind of drink, and you're going to make a profit no matter what happens. So come with extra because somebody else will want it and somebody will pay for it.
Alright, we're back from the Walmart there. And thanks for watching this video. If you thought it was helpful, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, and there's more to come. The next helpful hint, I believe, I'm going to do how to fill out a deck list. Kind of instructions on how to do it if you've never done it before, and tips on what you need to do. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.